One of the misconceptions you talked about was fear, and that we should not be afraid or fearful of evangelism. There's nothing to fear but fear itself, kind of the idea.
Yeah.
Can you speak to that a little bit?
Yeah, the people are told that if you're afraid to share Christ, then you don't love him.
Mm-hmm.
Because are you afraid to talk about your wife? Are you afraid to talk about your husband? And they use analogies that are not even fitting, because my wife is not nearly as divisive an issue as Jesus Christ is.
Yeah.
And so it stands to reason.
You don't know my wife.
It stands to reason somebody would be more hesitant to talk about Christ.
Mm-hmm.
But the fact of the matter is, Paul the Apostle was afraid.
Mm-hmm.
He said, "Pray to God will give me boldness."
Mm-hmm.
Well, that means if you're afraid to share Christ, you don't love Jesus. That means Paul the Apostle never loved Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact is, he did. He died for him. He was martyred on his behalf because of him. But the fact is, fear, people evangelize don't do it without fear. They do it in spite of fear. Mm-hmm. I've hardly ever shared Christ. I was not afraid.
Yeah.
You do get over that fear after a while, though, don't you, Larry?
Yes. And I think one thing you pray for, and I tell people an exciting thing about evangelism, you can talk to two people at the same time. You can talk to the unbeliever and God. I can whisper to God at the same time.
Yeah.
I say, "God, give me boldness." And God has never once failed to answer that request. Not once.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. When I've gone out evangelizing, it's always been with two people. So while one's talking, the other one prays. While he's talking, I pray. So it really does make a difference when you're doing it out of your own strength, trying to make your own arguments, not focusing on Christ, not focusing on prayer. Like, things go wrong. As simple as that. But when you focus on Christ, when you're sharing true biblical verses, and when you're praying and trusting the Lord, like, it makes a difference, and it actually like God will work through that conversation.